Hello today, my dear viewer. Back to October's celebrations. Say, what do you think of nowadays when I say Roblox SlenderMan? Perhaps you think of a tall, lean, maybe even mean Roblox character that is universally hated by everyone. Maybe you think of someone who online dates, teams, and commits other petty crimes. Maybe you even think of a person that constantly gets milked to death by YouTubers and is always circle jerked about. Though there is no such thing as a wrong answer to this question, I had a little something different in mind. So let's go over it, alright? SlenderMan started as a creepypasta / urban legend who abducts children with a tall, suited pale figure without a face. A game by the name Slender the 8 Pages would show up in 2011 and instantly become famous. And so, Roblox did what Roblox did and milked it. So, let's talk about that milking, shall we? When SlenderMan was booming and everyone was latching onto him, Roblox players decided to join the mosh pit and make their own games. Super scary games like Do Not Play, SlenderMan Will Attack You, and Cut Right into SlenderMan would be born. You would have your Area 51 free model games with a free model SlenderMan slapped on, and the aforementioned Cart Ride and SlenderMan games with free models, scared noobs, and tall white naked men all around. You had the decent story or survival games that were basically just jump scare simulators with extra steps, and actually impressive stuff, for the time at least, like Sanatorium, which you may remember from way earlier in this series, which used ambience and dread to its advantage. Although they don't exactly hold up very well today, because of the whole, made in freaking 2012 thing. And who could forget games such as Stop It Slender, which created a fun multiplayer experience out of our favorite freaky creepypasta. Overall, SlenderMan was an icon, something to truly fear. But, as the years went on, SlenderMan became more of a meme, as people saw through the cracks of the quote-unquote horror games of this time. It also didn't help that the dumb kids videos would use SlenderMan and his abhorrent acquaintances for easy views. Over time, people moved on, and since Slender's gameplay and horror factor became more and more predictable, it meant there was really nothing to fear. So when one meaning word, or rather two, is forgotten, people will sometimes find a new definition. Now, I've already spoken about this before, but to give a quick summary, people saw others with tall and lean avatars as something to make content about, and got a bit of bans from it. Others saw this and became early adopters, pumping out some videos hating on the avatar for more clicks and reactions. It became really popular to paint these Slenders as toxic, online daters, teamers, bullies, especially the baconers, apparently, and so on. The lack of self-awareness and care for the developing mind of their audiences and constant feelings of the same opinion over and over meant that YouTubers and young audiences would start thinking a certain way, and hitting these Slenders became a day-to-day activity. The entire Roblox community would start to fill with people constantly complaining about Slenders, and eventually, a lot of the Roblox community would have a pent-up rage for these people. Alright, summary over. Basically, a SlenderMan no longer means an urban legend that kidnaps children and provides horror for our community. But instead of beat up, you're entirely destroyed, split up punching bag for the community to circle jerk about. Back in the day, I remember being scared silly about SlenderMan. I mean, it was the perfect time and place in my life to get scared by it. I was young and on the internet. Anyone could upload a video about SlenderMan that would scare me, regardless if it was actually scary or not, because of my developing mind. And though I wasn't old enough to properly experience and understand these old Roblox horror games when they were in their peak, I still find them interesting to come back to. But now, Slender is just a term for the Roblox community's current punching bag, which will be forgotten about in the next 1 to 2 years, as the community finds a new group of players to bully, and so the cycle will continue. I just wish the old SlenderMan could be more talkative, but so is the way of the internet. Well, that was interesting. See you next time, my dear viewer, on OctoberCelebrations.